the best unu. Odugu adiko kosi aditi. Macron can mepel unafu. The one I just show you, you will not see. Today.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome. Admin of Odumegu. On Nekumado Neku Madoke, we prove good that now. This is really Jagije. Where's the gate that now? Ebu Telmo, Nkeki Bubu. Hey! Biafra Bobo.
After God, now.
Biafra Bo Ananso.
Yes.
Magaye Malo. Biafra.
Yes.
Trump Melo, Chief of Staff.
Asinadike, Mweze, Anahakwa number.
The Dragon Master.
Macarona Afnube Mudia before.
Yes.
Lobbyist.
Yes.
Yenga Gunuta, when I struggle, a change go from this moment. Because of this single display, I got my man to believe me in 2 months to come. Okay, mark my word. Agwamunu. Na Nigeria, it degraded in Hagede.
Yes.
Then the Adina Haggard sent in Finland. Someone else. You cannot warm up, name press up. Makaya game after December. Man, okay, you don't even okay. Makana. I cross a Chowa EOG. The Biafra land will never allow the enemies of our people, our culture, our belief and way of life to live the next minute. The earlier they pack their bag and baggages and leave our land for the defense of our women and children, the better for them. Nigeria, na convention, but can you generate a legal document?
Yes.
I get easy way was one in organize Biafra. Makana before, up to this today, is only awareness that now we are not wanted in Nigeria.
Yes.
It is only awareness that Nigeria was not created to favor every indigenous person within that Niger area. And so, it is for the best interest of everybody that we go our separate ways to develop ourselves in the best way possible. So we can value and recognize our culture, our differences, and develop our land ourselves and compete among nations. Where criminals and fraudsters will not be vying into positions with the money they stole from America. That is what we are fighting for.
Yes.
All of you remember those who promised to bring 25 Hilos cars to kill our people in Biafra land. They are all involved in the internet scam.
Yeah.
Those who was bragging how they will bring the Hilos from Abuja to stop us. They are all involved. The local government chairman that was arrested by the FBI on multi-million-dollar fraud, they are all together. They are the people bragging how they are going to bring Hilos to kill our people in Anambra. Today, where are they? Biafra, where be Ogwa. I know I'm going to end this fight. We are going to already to our next generation. I'm already. Only Obona Gafia Nanya. Oh, yes, I have not the way Biafra. Yakwado, the Wawilia. I ain't the Hogan. Oh, God. with FDK today. There was.
Lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nna dị ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na mma ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site gosi wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensu bụ zuu Nigeria lekwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke nna dị ngosi onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke bridge ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mehụrụ ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Nigeria na
Thank you for joining us on this very program. I welcome everyone that has connected. Like and share the program as you connect. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. We must continue to preach this gospel because the time has come. There is no time to waste. There is no time to play around. There is no time to begin to listen to the enemies. There is no time to begin to pay attention to their hypocrisy and their propaganda. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching, the time of the resurrection of Biafra has finally arrived. And our enemies are defeated in all rounds. Today, we are discussing on what is happening now, the defeat of the enemies of Biafra and the independence of United States of Biafra. The defeat of the enemies of Biafra and the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra. It is coming. While the declaration draw close, our enemies are defeated on different angles, on different sides. The enemies of Biafra that are speaking from many places, those who are hiding on many places, they are bringing out their head. And I bet you we are going to defeat any of them and crush them. It does not matter where they are coming from. It does not matter the angle they are coming from. We must surely defeat them. The enemies of Biafra are too many. They are everywhere you look. You look to the east, they are there. You go to the south, they are there. You go to the north, they are go there. But I thank you that the victory is becoming clearer than ever. Every one of us saw the outing of our Prime Minister yesterday when he visited a platform. In that visit of our Prime Minister, as I was saying, even before the time, it was a bombshell. I already know what is coming. I don't have fear on the Prime Minister, what he's going to say or how he's going to tackle questions. Our Prime Minister is the chosen one. There is no doubt. If you are doubting in any way or manner that Mazi Simon Ekpa is the chosen one, if you're doubting, it means you're doubting your God. Maybe because of your envy and your jealousy, you have failed to see the truth. Because of your hatred, you have failed to see the truth. But will that change anything? It doesn't change anything. Your propaganda, your blackmail, and your lies cannot change the truth. The truth will always remain the truth. And wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to embrace the truth. Don't be deceived. Do not pay attention to propaganda. Do not pay attention to blackmails. Do not pay attention to the enemies of Biafra. There are too many. They are everywhere. Some of us, we have them in our families. We have them in our churches. We have them in our businesses. We have them in our mosque. We have them everywhere you can go. In the house of your native doctor, they are there. The enemies of Biafra are scattered everywhere. And some of them are doing what they are doing for one reason or the other. There are so many of them that are scared of their future. They are afraid of the unknown. They know that something is going to happen. And they are scared. They know that Biafra is going and they are scared. They are scared because they have been too long in the cage of criminality. Because they have been too long in that contraption called Nigeria, involving themselves in one evil deed or the other. It is because they have been too long dining and whining in the evil agenda of the zoo. And today they think nothing is going to work. Their life has become fraudulent. Some of them are Biafrans. That is how bad it is to be in the zoo. And that is why we will not continue to be in the zoological republic, because the more you continue to stay in the zoo, the more they contaminate you. The more we allow our children to grow in that contraption called the zoological republic, the more they are contaminated. That is why we must get out of the zoo. Nigeria is a place where they teach you fraud from birth. From birth, they teach you fraud. They institutionalize fraud in Nigeria in so many ways. They institutionalize fraud in Nigeria in so many ways. They institutionalize laziness in so many ways. When you hear them talk of national cake, you will see pastors speak of national cake, imams speak of national cake, governors and their so-called presidents speak of national cake. What is national cake? National cake is nothing but fraud, stealing from the poor, taking what belongs to the public and make it yourself. In fact, in China, national cake attracts death penalty. In China, if you get involved in taking that your so-called national cake, it is death penalty. But in Nigeria, they preach it, they announce it, they celebrate it, they give thanksgiving for it in the church. That is how bad it is. People go to church and they give testimony for cutting their own national cake. Parents will teach their children to make sure they get their own national cake. And you think it's a good thing. Teaching their children how to be fraudulent from the beginning. One of the most fraudulent in Nigeria is the one they call the quota system. Quota system encourages laziness. And sadly, the same man who came and called the youth lazy youth is the one who is part of those who introduced that quota system. A system where an educated person will not have an admission, but an uneducated person will be reserved a portion to be pushed through. They pass through the university or to any level without the university passing through them. And they call it quota system. A system where a student will score 300 marks and he will not get admission, but somebody will score 50 and you get admission. Not only that they get admission, and after graduation, they will now become the leaders. They become in charge against those who came out with excellence, with A's in all their courses. You will see somebody who graduated with first class. A person that graduated with first class will be going and working under somebody who was just carried over. That is Nigeria for you. Somebody who graduated with first class will not have a job, but a certificateless person will become a president. Quota system. A system that they have used to destroy the educational system. Instead of allowing people to read hard to attain their height, they lower the educational system by themselves. They lower it instead of raising it up for people to engage in using their brain and expand it. They lower the level of education. They bring it down to the level that is unimaginable. That is why today they produce graduates that cannot be able to work. They say graduates that are unemployable. That is what you have in Nigeria. Unemployable graduates. Why do you have unemployable graduates? It is because of the quota system. Those who pass through the school and school doesn't pass through them. Unemployable graduates. But the funniest thing is that those who did not even, the real unemployable graduates are the ones that are employed. Why the ones that read and even studied abroad, they have no job. That is the system. And people will come and tell me it is okay. If it is okay for you, it is not okay for me. As we speak today, when I wake up, I look at the news, I thank Chukwu Okike. I thank Chukwu Okike for how far he has led us. As we are preparing today for the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, when I remember it, I glorify the name of Chukwu Okike. The day is fast spent. It is already 13th of November. And before you know it, we are going to get to the 29th of November. On the 29th of November, the convention will resume. Biafrans are going to come in from all across the world to Finland. Biafrans will be coming from all parts of the world to Finland to celebrate the convention. During that convention, it is not only Biafrans. Dignitaries are going to be coming from all parts of the world. Dignitaries are going to be coming from all organizations. Dignitaries are going to be coming from so many places. Countries and organizations are going to send delegates. It is going to be massive. Wherever you are today as a Biafran, you need to pay attention. Do not get distracted. Do not get deceived. Don't allow the propaganda of the enemy to distract you. You must be focused because the time is now. The battle for the restoration of Biafra is a battle that must be won. We have passed through this road before, and we are going through it again. And I bet you nothing is going to stop Biafra from coming. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. Their propaganda and blackmail doesn't matter. What matters is that our freedom is sure. The defense of Biafra land is a must. It's something that must be done. Biafra land must be defended in all fronts. Biafra land must be defended. And wherever you are, you must tighten up your belt and prepare yourself. As we speak today, a lot is going on in Biafra land. The Liberation Army of Biafra is doing the needful. And I bet you the Nigerian terrorists in uniform and off uniform, they are receiving woto woto. They are receiving woto woto. And it is not a joke. The Nigerian soldiers, the Nigerian terrorists, they are receiving woto woto. And the Biafran Liberation Army is giving them woto woto. I am going to share something with you. You know, it's always good. When we say it, we bring it for you to see. Because some of us might not have seen. I am going to show you what happened today. What you are going to see is what transpired today. I want you to pay attention. What you are going to see is what transpired to the Liberation Army. They did the needful today. One of the biggest kidnapping joint of the Zoo military was dislodged by the Liberation Army. What you are looking at is one of the kidnapping den. One of the kidnapping den of the terrorist military where they put their checkpoints. It was destroyed and taken out today by the Liberation Army. Today being 13th of November 2024. This is one of the strongest and biggest place where they kidnap Biafrans on daily basis. The Liberation Army have already sent them packing. It was a very massive success. This transpired today, and as we go further, more things is going to happen. What you are watching here is the recovery of the Liberation Army today. Recoveries were made, and the terrorists received woto woto. They received woto woto. All those who have come to take the life of Biafran people, you can see the Liberation Army on duty. What you are seeing is the Liberation Army on duty. They took out the terrorists in uniform who are blocking our way. The terrorists in uniform who are kidnapping our people. These are terrorists that are kidnapping Biafran people every day. Our Prime Minister Mazi Samareka have warned them and told them to get out of Biafra land, and they think it's a joke. Leave Biafra land or you will kiss the dust. You think it's a joke. Today, one of the biggest kidnapping points was dislodged by the Liberation Army. What you are seeing is Liberation Army in action, dismantling all those their checkpoints where they kidnap Biafrans. It was dismantled completely, and recoveries were made. When we talk about the success of the liberation of Biafra, the Liberation Army, when you were saying contribute, support Liberation Army, it is not just with mouth. When you see our Prime Minister giving command and order, it is not my mouth. When the Liberation Army move, they deliver. If you are representing the zoo in Biafran territory, As long as you are carrying arm, you are on uniform in the Zoological Republic, you are on your own. You have no business to be in Biafra land. You have no business being in Biafra land. The warning has been given. If you call it a joke, you are going to hear it. Remember the warning that was given by a prime minister that Oblinze will fall. These people you see here, they are the people that are kidnapping Biafra. This checkpoint, this particular checkpoint where the Liberation Army are dislodging today. This very checkpoint where the Liberation Army destroyed today. This is where they kidnap Biafrans. When they kidnap them, they put them in buses and they send them to the north. They send them to the southwest. This is where they conduct their kidnapping. In the midst of our people, and when they were want to leave, they thought it was a joke. Anywhere you are and you are mounting checkpoints in Biafra land, your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. This is just a tip of the iceberg. And I bet you they receive woto. And this is the recoveries of today. All the things you are seeing today was recovered from the terrorists. These were recovered from the terrorists. The Liberation Army of Biafra recovered these things you see from the terrorists. And we will continue to do what we have to do to secure Biafra. No propaganda of the enemies will stand. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, we don't care. We are focused on the journey to Biafra. This is the report coming about that very checkpoint I showed you now. This is government attack army checkpoint in Abia. Take 2 soldiers. 2 terrorists went down. And all their, look at it. These are the recoveries. These are the recoveries. These are what the Liberation Army recovered from the terrorists who are blocking the road. All these things you are seeing were recovered today. These were recoveries of today. The Liberation Army recovered all this. From the terrorists, this is what they used to come and kill our people. You see? This is what they use against our people. You can imagine what they use to shoot on our people. You can imagine what the terrorists are using on Biafran people. And they want us to sit back and watch them. They want us to sit back and watch them. Today they have received woto. And our Prime Minister wrote and he said, breaking, the Biafra Defense Forces are neutralizing the terrorist Nigerian army as they come to kill Biafrans and enforce disappearance of their kidnapping checkpoints. They are now lying to their gullible supporters. They are lying to their gullible supporters. Help count the vote. Tell them to withdraw all. Exactly. You can see for yourself. The order has been given. Withdraw from Biafra land or you continue to face woto. Help count the vote. Tell them to withdraw all the remaining terrorists or they will all go down at the end. Those who survive will flee from Biafra territory. Stop lying to your readers. It is time we start to debunk your lies with evidence to show how evil the Nigerian media are. You can now report whatever you like, but remember that Biafra has given conditions. We may start posting evidence of the delegitimization of Nigeria by the Biafra Defense Force. You know, they continue to deny, but our Prime Minister have more than enough evidence to set them ablaze. More than enough evidence. You see, These are the conditions that was given to them. Number one, withdraw of all the Nigerian terrorist army and their accomplices, like police and co. These are the conditions you are given for you to survive. Withdraw all your Zoological Republic terrorists, military, and the police. Number two, bring back all the Biafrans you kidnapped at various checkpoints and taken to the northern Nigeria. Second, that they should return every Biafra they have kidnapped and transferred to the northern part of Nigeria. They should return them with immediate effect. Number three, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and those you incarcerated in Abuja alongside Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Every Biafra in their detention center, release. Every Nigerian institution within Biafra territory should get ready to close down. It will not happen in one day, but just that you know. Accept the Biafran government self-referendum and open door of negotiation for Biafra independence. How many boots and general did you see in the video? How many boots and generals did you see in the video? How many boots and generals did you see in the video? You will learn, and you're going to learn in a hard way. You will learn in a hard way. We have said it. And the more you continue to stay in Biafran territory, you will continue to receive woto. These people are the people that are causing the disappearance of Biafrans on daily basis. And we cannot continue to tolerate that. We cannot continue to pretend it is not happening. We cannot continue to allow the evil agenda of this zoological republic to continue to fester. That is why we must do everything humanly possible to see that Biafra is restored. It does not matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they are thinking. It doesn't matter how they feel. Biafra must be free. And the time is now. My fellow Biafran that are watching, wherever you are watching this program from, I would like us to listen to this very message of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Is a message he preached long time ago. So you will know the evil of the Zanjaweeds. This warning did not start today. They have been warned for a very long time. The warning continued to come, but they never listened. They have been warned again and again and again, but they never listened. But I bet you today, they are receiving woto. And they will continue to receive woto until Biafra is free.
To come to Biafra land and lay siege, to kill our young men and women. You will not even have the opportunity, you will never have the opportunity to escape them. The Biafra liberation have entered the stage I was talking about a few days ago. Our aim and objective is to make sure nobody comes to Biafra land and kill like they do in other parts of Nigeria. We have taken the security of the life of our women and children into our own hand. We will give them protection they deserve. Those who cajole and blackmail the mechanism we are using are the agents of the government. Those who benefit from the government of Nigeria. Of course, they can never be happy with what we are doing. And we are not doing it for them. These are the enablers who has made name with Nigeria and they are fighting to maintain the status quo. We are not worried about them. there will be the least person or people that will ever support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra. Because they are product of criminality. Nigeria breed criminals. And those who benefit from the criminality of Nigeria, or those who become somebody through the criminality within Nigeria, can never give up. They enjoy their status in Nigeria. Nigeria made them. They believe that when Biafra come, there will not be criminality, and they are going to lose the status they are enjoying in Nigeria. That is the major problem. The sad truth is that you can never enter Biafra with criminality. So they may end up losing it. Today is the second day and tomorrow is the third day. We want to acknowledge those secretariats that did not open today. I will not call them by names, and I will not also call the names of those who opened. But remember that the secretariat in Biafra soil remain closed. When the Biafra forces that will be in charge of delegitimizing the Nigerian government from the secretariat visit your secretariat, don't blame anybody. You are there. The delegitimization of Nigeria continues. Stop hawking on checkpoint. Stop parading yourself in front of any military barrack within Biafra land. Our aim and target is to make sure that no Nigeria security terrorist forces will be in Biafra land at the end of the day. It does not matter how long it takes us. Believe me, we know what we are doing. It does not matter how long it takes. But you see all these terrorists that have been killing our people for the past 50 years. We are evicting them by fire by force. Gradually, you will see them no more. Tomorrow, the curfew starts and continue from 6 a.m. to 12 noon in the afternoon. After that, you can go to your market and do your businesses. To the schools that normally violate this particular principle and measures from the Biafra government. Nigeria will happen to you very soon. Because what Nigeria does is use and dump. You may think that your activities or actions is undermining Biafra liberation. It is not. But by the time Nigeria happened to you, don't shout Biafra. Don't shout Samanepa. Because by then Samanepa will not be there for you. Listen to instruction. Listen to directive. It is not much. People who are fighting to liberate themselves from slavery sacrifice everything. It is not the whole day sit at home. It is only from 6 a.m. to 12. Like I said, Nigeria will happen to you. Don't blame anybody. This evening, I want to, give a special thanks to Jehovah Witness. Jehovah Witness. The report coming to us has it that every Jehovah Witness worshiping center have always locked down whenever we make pronunciation, whenever we make pronouncement. So we want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to them. So if you are a member of Jehovah Witness in Biafra land, we appreciate you. Those
those who think they want to undermine the freedom of Biafra by following Nigeria government, when Nigeria will happen to you, you will bear the burden alone. Like I said a few days ago, from yesterday, the Biafra liberation will take a new dimension. I announced the activation of the monkey in the snake in the monkey shadow operation that will kick off by the Biafra Liberation Army to have started. The Biafra resistance fighters also have activated their own operation. Road block and checkpoint in Biafra remain banned. Moving with siren and disturbing the peace of Biafra people remain banned in Biafra land. You will hear his siren. You will answer to Nigeria government. Those using federal government plate number, state government plate number, local government plate number within Biafra territory is remain banned. If you are using it as from today or from the day we made that announcement, what it means is that you are challenging the authority of the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. And you will be treated the way the enemy will be treated, because you are supporting and aiding the killers of our people. What we are trying to do is to continue the delegitimization of the Nigeria government by these actions. I want Biafra people to understand that the sit at home is not targeted at anybody, at any Biafran, at any civilian, at any citizen. It is only targeted to make sure we crash and crush the economy of the Nigeria government within Biafra land. And this particular mechanism and measures is working perfectly. So those of you who say our measures are not, you are not going to enjoy in the liberation, in the face of liberation. You are not going to enjoy when there is a war. Okay? When there is a war, you don't think about who is sitting at home. You'll be sitting at home by force. And I want you people to understand that during the COVID-19, you were forced to sit at home for 3 months. The government did not give you palliative. It is a must. Why they were giving palliative to the people in the north and the southwest, they did not give you in Biafra land. You were told that your people are in abroad and the diaspora and they send money to you. All of us has forgotten this particular incident that just happened 1 year ago. The north were, flooded with food, rice, beans that was impounded from Biafrans in Lagos and other ports within Nigeria. The Nigeria custom impounded the goods, including the former minister of solid mineral also. His rice, worth millions, was impounded by the Nigeria custom. Those rice were shared in the north. The one Igbo or one Biafra person did not benefit from the rice impounded by the custom. That rice was imported by a man called Oga. Is it somebody Oga who was the junior minister in a dead Buhari government? Go and check it. His rice was impounded, and those rice were shared in the north. None of those rice got to east or to the southwest. Yet, it did not benefit anything. The sit at home for the COVID-19 did not add any value to you. But you were forced to sit at home. Now, the sit at home this time around is for you to get freedom so that you can develop your country, develop yourself, and attain to your potential in Biafra. Where the Biafra government will design a policy that suits us according to our custom and culture. Where you are going to practice the true democracy, which means the power belongs to the people. But in order to attain this particular height, a lot of sacrifices will be made. And that is the sacrifice you are making today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been under incarceration for the past 2 years because he dared to speak against Nigeria, to fight for you. Today, he was kidnapped and locked up. And all you could care is when somebody comes to tell you, sit at home is disturbing our business. What about those who died? Extrajudicial killing by the Nigerian military police. Those who died in Umpo, did they know anything about sit at home? Did they know anything about business anymore? Those who died in Aba, over 150 Biafrans were slaughtered, massacred in their cold blood while they were praying in Aba. And some of you were part of them who gave them the support that made them to have the impetus to go to the school for prayers. They were massacred there. Today, you are running away. Today, you remember there is a business. But when you are supporting those Biafrans who went to pray in the school and was killed by the Nigerian military, you did not know that your business. You don't need to sit at home. They died. What about those whom their houses were burned to ashes in a zombie? Most of them killed, most of our children killed in a zombie. They would have preferred sit at home than losing their life. They would have preferred sit at home than losing their properties and their house. What about those in Ahia Otutu? Their businesses were burned. They would have preferred sitting at home. Let me tell you, with the actions we have now, we are giving it to the Nigeria state and their security terrorist group, Woto Woto. And that Woto Woto will continue. We will come to the point that they will not dare to drive in the street of Biafra. Very soon. I am telling you, we are talking about, checkpoint. I am telling you that very soon, you will not see one single military vehicle in any road in Biafra land. Mark my word today. It is going to happen. Very soon, you will not see them. We are going to give them the chase of their life. And let me tell you, you see this Biafra freedom? It is going to come gradually, step by step. Where we are now, the step we are now is the delegitimization step. We are still in the commissioners. By the time we get down to the House of Assembly members, by the time we bring it down to local government chairman, you will understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. All of them will be defeated. As we are defeating Nigeria, we are defeating them. Now we are still in the commissioner. You know, when we make this pronouncement, it takes time before you see the effect. The effect is going to come very soon. Don't worry. And when we finish from that side, we'll go to the House of Assembly members who facilitate this siege on Biafra soil. From there, we are going to go to the local government chairman. From there, we go to councillors. You don't know what is coming. Until you will see Nigeria no more in Biafra land. We have defeated the military at this point. Let me tell you, we have defeated them. They can't do nothing. If they say there is something they have to offer, I know they are watching me now. They can go and recover most of the losses we have collected from them. The Biafra Liberation Army have collected for them. And like I said, if those you cannot collect, burn them. But make sure that you try to collect them first. If it is a loss you cannot collect, burn them. Just let them not have that particular vehicle to come to kill us again. It is iron to iron, fire to fire, bomb to bomb, rocket to rocket, gun to gun. That is what it is. This is not the time to allow anybody to come and kill and go free. No, we are here. And like I said, I told Biafrans, we are going to bring Biafra from diaspora. I don't know how many of you remember that. We are going to bring the freedom of Biafra from diaspora. From this abroad. That's where Biafra freedom will come. Mark my word. This particular template to delegitimize Nigeria and liberate Biafra is working very perfectly. If you have not seen the green light, you know, some of them want me to declare Biafra immediately. But these are the people who have fought for Biafra for over 13 years. Some of them has been in Biafra struggle since 1999 with Wazirike. But the ones I'm unable to declare it immediately. No, I know what I'm doing. I am going to cut their wings. After cutting their wings, I am going to cut their tail. After cutting their tail, I am going to cut their leg. After cutting their leg, I hope to see Biafra will come. You understand? You understand the template? It is going to be, first of all, second of all, we will cut their tail. Third of all, we cut their leg. And then the next thing is a Biafra will come. By the time we declare Biafra, they will be begging us to take Biafra. Believe me. Let me tell you the fact. The fact is that nobody anywhere in this world like Nigeria. Nigeria is evil. And I hate Nigeria with passion. I hate Nigeria with passion. You know what is passion? Burning desire. I hate Nigeria with passion. The country is nothing but, you know, a satanic kingdom. I think maybe, you know, there are people who believe in Satan, so let me not insult them. You know, I think satanic kingdom, there are people who believe in Church of Satan, so I don't need to insult them. They are in heaven anyway compared to Nigeria. Nigeria is evil, and supporting Nigeria is supporting terrorism. Look at the video that is being circulated on social media, where Nigeria army negotiating with terrorists for people to go to their farm. And then after that, he was making calling their colleagues that they have discussed with the terrorists and they have allowed people to go to farm. Can you believe that? While Hope Uzodinma and his cronies, gangs of corrupt criminals, bringing military to our land, and they stay in Abuja. Like I've already told them yesterday, I want you to inform them I am closer to them than they will ever be to me. It's a word. I am closer to them than they will ever be to me. That is how it is. And I wish they know. Biafra has come, and Biafra will be free from Nigeria. And I'm going to liberate Biafra. Believe me, I am going to be the finisher of this whole thing. These killings, annihilation, subjugation, slavery that the British subjected our people to for the over 60 years or 100 and something years. I will be the one that will end it. God is going to use me to end Nigeria. Because once Biafra break away, Nigeria is not complete. That is the end. So God is going to use me to end Nigeria. Well, mark it. I want to thank you for listening to this program. Remember that tomorrow, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, there will be no movement. In all federal roads, everywhere must be locked down. If you go and Nigeria happen to you, do not blame anybody. I want you to call this particular segment of this video. Share it in every group, in every WhatsApp. Don't go from 6 a.m. to 12. We are targeting Nigeria killers, the people that come to our land to kill. Very, very important.
Nigeria, on a daily basis, witness the impunity which is a so-called.
You have had this revisiting of message of our Prime Minister. This message was preached a long time ago. I brought it to show you that the warning to the Zoological Republic terrorists have been there for a long time. These people have been warned long ago to get away from Biafra land, but they don't want to listen. Today, they are kissing the dust. They have refused to listen, and they are kissing the dust. That is why I brought it. What you are seeing today that is happening when I put that video did not start happening today. They have been warned to stay away from Biafra territory, but they refuse. That is why today they are receiving woto woto. And they will continue to receive woto until we are free. The condition has been given to them. Remove all your terrorists in uniform from Biafran territory, both your military and police terrorists, remove them from Biafran territory. Release all the Biafrans you have kidnapped and taken to the northern part of Nigeria, return them back with immediate effect. Release our Prime Minister, our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Release our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and every other political prisoner in Biafra territory. Recognize the referendum of Biafra and come to the negotiation table to discuss independence of Biafra. This is the only condition. If you do not meet this condition, you will continue to receive woto until there will be no single military in Biafran territory. You heard it from our Prime Minister directly. And you know the Prime Minister, he doesn't joke. Whatever he says, he will stand on it until the last moment of it. There is no going back. We have come a long way. And I bet you the zoological republic have ended. The zoo is over. All you need to do is to look around you. You will understand that the zoo is over.
The zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. Finally, the zoo has fallen. If you do not know that the zoo has fallen, check around yourself. Check around you.
You have heard it. The zoo has fallen. It has fallen. They can continue to pretend. They can continue to pretend nothing is happening. We know that a lot is happening. They are already receiving woto, and they will continue to receive it. Because nothing is going to stop the freedom of the Biafran people. We must be free. Freedom is all we ask for. And freedom is what we will get. We are not going to accept anything less than total and absolute freedom of the Biafran people. I want to play this interview of our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to remind you. In this interview, it was the same man who interviewed our Prime Minister yesterday that interviewed our Supreme Leader, and hear what our Supreme Leader had to say.
One of their principal ideas is that this should be done in a peaceful way. Is your group opposed to a peaceful way of achieving Biafra, or are you in support of both sides, whether peaceful or non-peaceful? What is your group behind?
I support both sides. If they give us peace, that is wonderful. If they decide to go down the route of violence, then I can give you this assurance today. Of course, your worldwide listeners and viewers may be able to note this. If they do not give us Biafra, there will be nothing living in that very zoo they call Nigeria. Nothing will survive there, I can assure you. You see, 1967 to 1970 is not 2013 to 2015. We had scientists then, now we have men that can make things happen, even better than what we had in the late 60s. So that should ring as a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actualization or whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I'm a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
Now, let me ask you, if you look at the world today, look at a place like Scotland, where people, the Scottish, are in the process of trying to see if they will get their own country. Basically, the way they went about it was to say, we want to be separate from the British England, and they are putting a process where they will vote, and if majority of them say they want to move, and they will move. Now, I want to ask you, do you think that if you ask majority of Igbo people today whether they should be part of Nigeria or part of Biafra, that you have the numbers that will come to your side of the argument?
Yes, we have over 98% of our people willing. The other 2% are those fathered by Hausa Fulani men as a consequence of the war. Everybody born as a Biafran, everybody born as an Igbo, Ibibio, Efik, Anangebanke, anybody born as a Jo has freedom implanted in their DNA. That is why we have autonomous communities. Have you seen anywhere in the world where you have autonomous communities? Have you seen? The answer is no. The reason why we have autonomous communities is because we are born to be free. We want to be autonomous, and that freedom must be carried right all the way to the heart of governance in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. We must make this very, very clear and abundantly clear to our people that our quest is for us to be free. You mentioned Scotland. Scotland is already a free nation. What they are seeking in Scotland is independence. We are not free and we are not independent either. So that is why the same scenario doesn't apply at all. In Scotland, as a Scottish person, you have your own parliament. You can do whatever you like. You even have what is called tax-raising powers. You can raise taxes or you can lower them as you like. The Scottish Court of Sessions is in charge of the entire legal process in Scotland.
Now, Nandi, let me ask you. I know. Why don't your group push for that in a place like the national conference that is going on now to get that kind of autonomy first, rather than now pushing for independence without whether Nigeria wants it or not?
The fact of the matter is that the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a democratic Biafra within a peaceful setting does not currently exist in that very place you call Nigeria. Mind you, that is the name of a river. Up north, you call them Niger, which is French. If you come down a little bit, it is called Niger, which is English. And the people that live around it are called Nigerians. The only place, or part of the only place in Black Africa where you name a people after a river. I have never seen any civilized country in the world where people are named after a river. It's never happened before. The people own the river, not the other way around. By tacitly accepting the word and the tag Nigeria, what it means is that you never had any history until Frederick Lugard came, which is a fallacy, it's an abomination, and nobody should be saying that. Coming back to what you said, there is no way we can run for office as a political party. We tried it with ABGA and it did not work. These issues were thrashed out very well. Is that the people that control the levers of power within Nigeria are not politically sophisticated enough to appreciate the finer point of political discourse. In other words, that disputes resolution can best be conducted within a political setting where people are civilized. And I'm afraid to say that what I see in the zoo they call Nigeria.
You have heard from the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The statement is clear, and that is why we will never go back in our words. We will never go back. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter the propaganda and blackmail, we will never go back. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Wherever you are joining us from, I appreciate everyone that is standing strong on this very struggle. I want you to remember that as we marching into our freedom, it is going to be massive. Everywhere you are, we are going into the convention. Prepare yourself, tighten up your belt. Let us prepare and go into this convention together. It is going to be massive. The beginning of the new dawn. It's going to start on the 29th of this month. From 29th of this month up until 3rd of December. It is going to be massive. The redemption and the liberation of Biafra is no longer on social media. It is not just by talking. It is time for action. And I want you to get this message straight for some of you who are asking this very question on what we are going to do to sustain the success we have made so far. I want you to hear this message from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Zion, Mazi Sabaneba. Let's listen.
As somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain the peace and security we've brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to be asking the same question. So here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breed within our territory. The Nigeria terrorist army, Nigeria terrorist state police, and every arm carrying person under Nigeria within Biafra territory must not be allowed to breed because they are the main cause of insecurity. They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill. So we are not going to allow them to breed in Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists. Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breeding. There are many terrorist groups springing up on a daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized every day. Take a look in the middle belt where Nigeria is breeding. There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp. And many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land and have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan for them to reclaim their land. Their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? The fighters that were actually killing the people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breeding in the Middle Belt. And that's the reason why we decided that the solution to sustain this security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breed. And that's what Simon Ekpa is leading. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
You have heard the message from our Prime Minister. Is live and direct. He's not missing words. And he's doing exactly what he has said. Wherever you are watching this program from, the only thing you have to do today is to support the Biafran government the best way you can. Support the Liberation Army. If you are in Biafra land, be security conscious at every minute of the day. Pay close attention to your environment. Don't go out when you don't need to. Don't stay out late hour. Don't move out very early in the morning. Remember the security information from our Prime Minister. Whenever the terrorist army take you or their police, if they succeed in taking you into their own bus or car or whatever, make sure you lie down flat. Don't expose your head. Make sure you lie down flat so that you'll not be seen. Your rescue is going to come. This information is very important because you don't know when your rescue is going to come. Put your head down. In any vehicle where they carry you, put your head down. Whether they are truck, they are healers or car, put your head down. Don't let your head be up. Put your head down. Your rescue is going to come. Gone are the days when they will come in Biafra land, they kidnap people and run away with it. It will no longer be allowed. And the Biafran governments are putting everything online. The Prime Minister has given the order to the Liberation Army to rescue any Biafra they see that the zoo is intimidating. Any Biafra they see the zoo kidnapping, that person must be rescued. It is a must. I appreciate every one of you that has been with me on this program from beginning to end. I thank you for joining me on this program. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you for being part of the program. Please like and share to other platforms. We know we are having so much attack on our platforms. We are having so much hindrances, but with your support, by sharing, we can overcome all these challenges. Help us to like and share the program to all platforms so that we can be able to overcome the attack that is coming to us. Thank you so much for watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect resistant fighters. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that is genuinely pursuing the restoration of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samonekwa. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike be our guide, savior, and protector. Thank you so much. I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike. Stay safe.
Today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and after you have voted for the open gate for the Biafra freedom, which is 100% vote, this charter has become a law, and the Biafra Helsinki Declaration.
on Biafra. So whether you like it or not, we are our freedom has been discussed and have been getting it 100%, and that's why we are going home. Biafra is declared.
My children, here. Overlook now. He got no photo. Me quehe. He get queria. My hair quero. I get queria.
They must surely hear from us. What we are doing today is a historical event, which from the eternity, which can never be abolished. The land of Finland has given us that platform, which we have stand and build the pillar of freedom of Biafrans. We are the land of the future. Thank you for all your efforts.
Thank you.
So go ahead.
Before you leave, pick up your cash and pick up copies for your phones back home. Then take my understanding because information is what? Pick up your cash. We have limited time and we won't be quick. Okay? And we will pay attention. If you want your people to be
the champion, the